Welcome to this week's installment of the Triumph Spotlight. Our guest today from the high-tech studios in the Corporate Research Center in Blacksburg, Virginia, is a freshman wingback, Noe Uwimana, on the Virginia Tech men's soccer team. This soccer sensation out of Philadelphia and Austin, Texas, is in the twilight of his very first season here in Blacksburg, collecting an assist, and a big one at that, for the equalizing goal of the Hokies' emphatic 2-1 victory over number 5 Louisville just a couple days ago, this past Friday. Mr. Uwimana joins us next on this week's installment of the Triumph Spotlight, and it starts right now. Welcome back to the high-tech studios in Corporate Research Center, Blacksburg, Virginia. Again, Mr. Uwimana joins us for this installment of the Triumph Spotlight. I think some introductions are in order. I'm Kyle Marshak, your host today. Behind the desk, full government for today, it's Joseph Nicholas Brown, our producer, best in the land. And we got Giovanni Heater alongside us. And of course, the wingback for your very own Virginia Tech men's soccer team, Noe Uwimana. Noe, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, well, today's show is brought to you by Triumph NIL. Before we dig in, the Triumph Digital Network is a fully integrated portal featuring individual channels for Noe Uwimana and all of your favorite Hokie athletes. Visit triumphnil.com for exclusive engagement, merchandise, and content opportunities and subscriptions. So we've got everyone introduced. Let's get to know you, Noe. You have quite the story in terms of your travel from Austin, Texas. You spent a lot of time in Philadelphia with the Philly Union Youth Academy out there. That had to be fun, having that experience before getting recruited to Blacksburg. So take us through that experience of how Brizendine reached out to you.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was really unique. So at the Union, you have a lot of opportunities to get seen, not only by professional teams, but by colleges. There's a lot of tournaments you go to. And Coach Briz happened to see me at one of the showcases. I believe it was one of the winter showcases for MLS Next. And yeah, I just played very well at that tournament. Was playing with a lot of confidence, and they loved that. And after that, whenever they got the chance to talk to me, they really liked my personality, and that's a big thing with the coaches here. They're big on not just how the player is, but how the personality of the player is. So yeah, it was great.
You guys are coming off an absolutely massive win on Friday night. Your first win of the season, took down number 5 Louisville on the road. How does a win like that really bolster the confidence of this squad? First win of the year.
Yeah, it felt amazing. Like we've said it multiple times to everybody we've talked to, it's a really good group. We feel like we have a lot of depth. We just need that spark. The past 3 games, you could see it. We've been playing very well each game. We've been getting better and better, and we just need that spark. And I feel like this is the spark that we needed. So, yeah, I think we have exciting times ahead of us.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, that's a big team to take down. You guys are on 5 wins in a row against Louisville, too, which I'm sure you're just starting to figure out in your first couple of weeks here in Blacksburg. So definitely a trend that we like to see over there, right? How about collecting that win over a ranked squad after 3 consecutive draws, too? Does that feel like a breakthrough moment for this team?
Yeah, you could see in the guys' faces after the game with all the pictures that were taken. Everybody was just so happy. It really gave us a big boost, much needed boost.
Yeah, and the cross piece that you served in for that equalizing goal was a dime. On the other end, it was Andy Solons who got the header, I believe. So would you say passing was always your forte?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pass before score type of guy. I love giving assists out. Yeah, it was funny because few minutes before, me and Andy were talking, and we're talking about the runs that I want to see him make in the box, so we can have. If I send the ball in the box, I expect him to be in a certain place. Yeah. It makes it easier. So, yeah, it was cool to see.
Head coach Mike Brizendine, really not known for playing true freshmen right off the bat, right? But you're such a spark plug for this team. Why are you such an asset, and why do you really command the need to be on the field in your freshman year?
I feel like a lot of it is effort. He's putting a lot of trust in me, so every time I step on the field, I just try to give as much effort as possible. Yeah, like I said, I really appreciate the faith he's given me. Yeah, just 100% every time I'm on the field.
Yeah. How about another young talent, Oliver Roach, who had that great finish to grab the lead in the second half? What was your reaction to that goal?
Yeah, it was amazing. It felt so good to see, especially because Oliver is a close friend of mine. Just made it 10 times better to see him do that. It was great.
Yeah.
Well, he's another true freshman out of Denmark, Roach, right? So he's getting big minutes. What is this freshman class like for Virginia Tech? And, you guys are the guys that have the opportunity to really take things to the next level because you'll be here for a while.
Yeah, no, it's a very confident class. We got here early in the summer, and straight away we bonded. It was actually crazy to see because that type of thing doesn't happen too often. And yeah, we got along. You could see it. We played pickup together. You could see the confidence in all the players, and yeah, it's an exciting group.
Yeah, for sure. Well, are there any other underclassmen worth looking out for? It feels like it's a young team, but a lot of potential. I know Solons is a sophomore.
Yeah. Another one to look out, Sergios. He's another true freshman. Ethan Ballack, he's a sophomore. Yeah, there's a lot. There's nobody who's really bad on the team. Like the team is we have a lot of depth. Everybody's exciting, and yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about you off the field, right? What is Noe like outside of soccer? What has this partnership with Triumph been like? And, what do you enjoy that isn't on the pitch?
Yeah, well, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, but I like to crack some jokes. Me and my friends, if you see us out anywhere, we're always laughing. Yeah, just very, very positive about life. With Triumph, when I found out about it, it was an amazing opportunity. A few weeks ago, I got the opportunity to serve ice cream to people at the Ronald McDonald House, and it just felt so great to see the smile on people's faces because I love that positivity. I'm a very positive person. So, yeah, I'm very happy with the opportunities Triumph is giving me, and yeah.
That's awesome.
Great things to say about it.
So would you say community service or being attached to your community is a big part of who you are?
Yeah, it's just, I feel like when you're doing good things for the community, you're really a part of it. And to see the joy on people's faces when you do things for them, it just makes you feel so good. And yeah, I always want to be a positive presence in people's lives. So
yeah, that's awesome.
This is kind of your opportunity, right, to give a little bit of a plug, whether it be charity or maybe a spot in Blacksburg that you love. Is there, you're so young as a freshman, any NIL opportunities or avenues that you'd really like to explore, and you could kind of vocalize that here?
Yeah, there's a few. I would definitely like to do more charity work. I heard about Micah's backpack. I've been looking into it. A few NIL opportunities that I'm really big on body armor. If body armor would give me the chance, I would love it.
Yeah, and in this day and age too, where NIL is being so empowered for young athletes, I mean, how important is that to you to be able to really take pride in your likeness as a young athlete?
Yeah, I think it's very important, especially especially with a lot of the guys on the team, including me. We have aspirations to go professional, and I feel like when you're going to that professional level, you have to have a good image of yourself. Yeah. And I feel like us getting these NIL opportunities gives us a head start on that.
Noe, you really seem to embody what it means to be a Hokie, right? Ut prosim, that I may serve, is a big motto on this campus. And, as all of us sitting here are Hokies, I think that Virginia Tech does a really good job of not just saying that, people execute that. How big was that in the pitch to you and wanting to be a part of the Hokie family and come be not only an athlete, but a student at Virginia Tech as well?
Yeah, no, it was very interesting. I heard it so many times during my recruiting process. And yeah, I just think it's important that you get involved in the community around you and try to help as many people as possible, because especially if you're going through something, you would want somebody to help you. So I thought it was pretty important.
Yeah, speaking of going through stuff, right, I think in today's day and age, mental health with athletes is so important. Were there any leaders in the clubhouse when you first toured or, throughout the season so far that really kind of plugged for you? These are, the vibes that I'm looking for in a clubhouse?
Yeah, it's crazy because there's so many people. There's multiple. There's a lot of guys on the team I look up to. All the seniors. Like I can't name just one person. They've all helped so much. All the older guys. That's how close our group is. Just everybody's such a big help.
Yeah, that's good. You don't want to name one because then another one's
Yeah.
gonna. No way. What's up with that?
Yeah. If I name one, another might text you later and be like, "Where's my shot at?" Yeah.
What's a rockin' Thompson Field like when the lights are off or a goal goes in and you got the lights flashing and everything? Like, take us through that atmosphere. What's it like to play in front of a crowd like that?
Nah, it's amazing. The first time I experienced it, it was against Loyola. Wow. The flashing lights is one thing, but then the crowd getting into it is it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. It's really great.
You guys have UVA at home this year, October 20th. So let's see, counting down the days. It's a little bit more than a month from now. Have you guys talked about that? Have the upperclassmen said, "Oh man, I can't wait to show you what it's like when the Wahoos are here"?
Yeah, that day is definitely circled on the calendar. I actually have family coming to that game. Everybody knows how big of a game that is, and I'm excited for it. And all the guys on the team are excited for it. So.
Pretty sure last time those two teams played at Thompson Field, that thing went to overtime. Hokies won it in an absolute barn burner. What game did you see on your visit to Virginia Tech, or did you not see a game? Like, what does a recruiting visit look like for an Olympic sport athlete? A lot of the time they still take you guys to like a football game or a basketball game as well. But then did you get to see a soccer match? And
Fortunately, I didn't. So at the time, I was playing for Philly Union 2, and our schedule was very packed. So the only time I was able to make it up here was in February. And, there wasn't any games going on. But typically what happens is that, they'll bring the recruit to a soccer game as well as a football game. And the football game, you get to be on the field for the pregame, and I recently had a recruit. He seemed like he loved it. He was telling me how crazy of an experience it was. But yeah, they really treat the recruits like very well, and even though I didn't get to go to a soccer game or a football game, I still really loved it. It was amazing.
That's sweet. Well, how about we talked about the professional ranks, or that is your goal, of course, going forward. What about the time spent with Philly Union and the MLS Next Cup too? What were the places you traveled to? How competitive was the schedule?
Yeah, that experience was so unique. It really felt like we were professionals, everybody on the team. And fortunately, we got the opportunity we were in the MLS Next Cup final, and we actually won. It was such a great experience. We traveled a lot. The first we traveled was probably Los Angeles. It was a lot of traveling. We probably traveled every other week. But yeah, it was very, very unique, and we really did feel like professionals.
I'm very curious about, what your lifting routine looks like both in the off season and then when you're in season. Like, do you dial it back, and what is the strength training like for a soccer player in particular?
Yeah, well, in the off season, I tend to lift every other day. We do have a program that they give us, and so I typically do the program and I add it on. I do extra stuff as well. I give the weekends off to myself. And during the season, we do have lifts, but it's a little dialed back. We don't do as much lower body, but we still do lift during the season.
Nice. Well, if it makes you feel better, I haven't lifted in like 5 days. So who's throwing up the most weight in the soccer rosters, like a Timmy Adams or?
I think it's gotta go to Jordan Black. Every time I see him lifting, it's so much weight, and I try to make fun of him. I tell him every time it's baby weight, but he just keeps adding more weight. And
that's demeaning. As a freshman. That's awesome. Gio, you got anything else for him?
No, I think it's time for a speed round, my friend.
I think it's time for a speed round. I think it's time to really get to know you. So we're gonna have the hard hitting questions for you here, one after another. We say it's speed, but it's pretty slow, to be honest. So you ready to roll?
Yep.
Let's do it. All right, first one, we have to stick with this question. Pre-game music or playlist?
Pre-game music. It's a mix. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Most of the time it's rap, Lil Baby.
Okay.
But sometimes I'm feeling Calvin Harris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a chill vibe.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, what's the go-to goal celebration?
Goal celebration.
Like, you wanted to, like, I'm gonna run halfway down the touchline and then slide down on my knees and rip my shirt off. Or like, what's the vibe?
Yeah, no, the knee slide is definitely a go-to. Yeah, I do have a celebration in mind, but I need to score first, and
Okay.
we'll see. If I score Thompson Field, we'll see.
It's coming out on Friday night. Sounds
Yeah.
like. There we go.
Friday night at 7.
Yeah, you are a wing back, so are you always like itching to get upfield and try and put one in the net?
Yeah, it's like I said, I really love assisting, but of course, scoring goals is in the back of my mind
Yeah.
at all times.
So, do they have cookout in Texas or Philadelphia for that matter? Do they have cookout there?
No, they don't.
Okay. Have you been to a cookout yet?
Yes, I've been to a cookout. It's really good. I didn't expect it to be what it was, but I enjoyed it. It was good.
So, what's the go-to order? And we're not judging at all.
What's the go-to order?
Except we are judging incredibly harshly.
I'm just simple. I just get a burger and fries.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Simple.
What about the milkshake?
I haven't had the milkshake yet.
Oh man,
I think I need to try it though.
It's
'Cause
dangerous.
I've heard good things about it.
We have a homie that does nothing but 6 cheese quesadillas. That's what he goes with. It's
So,
incredible.
I'm sure Carter will watch back this Triumph spotlight. So now's your chance to tell Carter how disgusting that order is.
You gotta try something else. There's a lot of things on that menu.
That's the thing.
But-
The cheese quesadilla is good, but
6 of them?
you like switch it up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, get some variety going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
No doubt. This one, Kyle, I'm gonna let you ask this question because you typed it in here, and I haven't listened to the album, so that's all you. Bro.
I'm only halfway through it, but have you listened to Olivia Rodrigo's new album?
I have not.
I feel like everyone's listening to it right now.
Really?
I think that's just you. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. You still got me on the on our drive from Rutgers, the J. Cole album we were listening to.
Yeah, I was asking
a
you
little
that
behind.
beforehand. We were taking him through 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and then you nodded off. So
Yeah, I
that
did.
you know what? So that's a good question too. A lot of travel. Are you a guy who can sleep in the car?
Yeah. Growing up, we went on a lot of road trips. So sleeping in the car is just
Had to.
Yeah, you had to.
All right, fair enough. If you were to play another sport here at Virginia Tech, what would it be and why?
Well, if I was 6'3", probably basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, I really love basketball. Every now and then when we get time off, I'll go to the courts at Tech and I'll just run some pickup. I love basketball. It's so fun.
Gotcha. Well, you're still a solid 6 foot, right? So if Mike Young needs a backup guard or
Yeah.
some sort of athlete, right?
Somebody let him know.
So this is where we get to the hard hitting stuff, but we always ask this at the end. And I think we've picked up a little bit of what your motto is, your manifesto, if you will, as an athlete here in Blacksburg. But what do you want your legacy to be here at Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I want everybody to remember me as a positive person. I want to have an impact in people's, at least slightest bit of positive impact in people's lives. But yeah, like every day I see people, I try to be positive, lift them up, just somebody that could brighten people's day. So yeah, that's the motto I want to leave.
Noe, you study finance, right? At some point, everybody's playing days come to an end. Hopefully for you, not for a very, very long time. Can't wait to see you play in the pro ranks after you tear it up here in Blacksburg. But what is waiting for Noe Uwimana, beyond your days of soccer?
I'm interested in Wall Street. It's surprising. Every time I tell people that, they're surprised. But yeah, I just think it's pretty cool. I mean, I love New York City, and from what I've seen, it just looks like a awesome job to have, to be on Wall Street, and yeah, it seems sick.
Yeah. Well, you study finance, so has that been an interest of yours for a long time now?
Yeah, definitely. I did look into architecture a little bit. That seemed interesting, but finance just caught my eye.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your time. And coming up next in the soccer schedule, we talked about it beforehand. You're facing a 2-2-2 Boston College team. The ACC slate never really gets easy, though. What's the mentality coming up for Friday?
Yeah, I mean, every game is a battle in the ACC. We, of course, we just beat number 5 Louisville, but we just got to put that behind us now because it's a new game. It's especially in the ACC, it's always what's next.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got to be ready for the fight. That's the mentality. We have to have we talk about it a lot, the dog mentality, the dog fight mentality. So, yeah, that's what we're thinking about.
What dog breed are you?
Pitbull.
I like that. Well, Gio is going to be on the call for that 7 p.m. game Friday on the ACC Network Extra. So now's your chance to ask him for any extra prep. But
yeah, I might need your phone number. Give you a call later this week. No, but looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you again. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
yes, sir.
it.
Anytime. And please come back because you are an easy guy to talk to. And again, you really preach that motto of what Virginia Tech is. So we sincerely appreciate your time. For our producer behind the desk, Nicholas Joseph Brown, and of course, Giovanni Heater, I'm Kyle Marshak. Thank you guys for tuning in to this edition of a Triumph Spotlight.